Today, we will discuss about linkage and crossing over. During meiosis, homologous chromosomes come in pairs and individual members of each part separate from each other. Due to the presence of separation of homologous chromosomes as a unit, it is expected that genes located in the same chromosomes will not undergo independent assortment. Rather, they will follow genetic linkage. Thomas Hunt Morgan examined genetic linkage using two genes which he knew were both present on X chromosomes of Drosophila. One was mutant for white eyes and other was mutant for miniature wings. He found linkage, but it was incomplete because the white eye and miniature wing alleles present on X chromosomes of the female tended to be inherited together, but some X chromosomes were also produced with new combinations of white eye and miniature wing alleles. His observation of incomplete linkage is the rule for genes present on the same chromosome. The reason for incomplete linkage is that the homologous chromosomes undergo an exchange of segments. An exchange event between homologous chromosomes results in recombination of genes. The probability of crossing over of genes depends upon genetic distance between genes through which genetic maps can be constructed. Genetic mapping in genetics is an important tool to enable designation of a particular gene onto a chromosome. It is essentially a first step towards identification and isolation of new genes and determination of their sequence. It also helps in identification of genes associated with hereditary diseases. Genetic recombination is combinations of traits in offspring which differ from those present in either parent. It occurs during meiosis with pairing of homologous chromosomes, which in turn leads to a new set of genetic traits that can be passed on from parents to the offspring. The exchange of information may take place with physical exchange like in synthesis dependent strand annealing pathway or by breaking and rejoining of a section of DNA from which new DNA molecules are created like in double strand breaks repair pathway. Genetic recombination can be catalyzed by many enzymes. Recombinases are the vital enzymes which are used to catalyze strand transfer during recombination. In Escherichia coli, REC-A is the key enzyme which is responsible for DNA double strand break repair. The RAD51 protein is required for mitotic meiotic recombination, while DMC1 protein is needed for DNA repairing during meiotic recombination. In eukaryotic cells, the recombination is facilitated by chromosomal crossing over. Crossing over leads to the development of new chimeric alleles because of different combinations of genes from different parents. This again leads to genetic variations. Crossover involves recombination of paired chromosomes which are inherited from each of the parents. It occurs during prophase 1 stage, also known as Pachytene of meiosis, where 4 chromatids are in tight formation with each other. In this formation, homologous sites of 2 chromatids come so close that it leads to exchange of genetic material. According to the principle of segregation, each diploid individual possesses 2 alleles at each locus. These alleles separate in meiosis and go into each gamete. The independent separation of alleles causes recombination. In a cross between homozygous individual for 2 different alleles, that is capital A, capital A, capital B, small a, small b, the first parent produces gametes with capital A, capital B alleles and second parent produces gametes with small a, small b alleles. This combination results in F1 progeny with genotype capital A, capital B, small b. So, recombination means F1 produces gametes with alleles capital A, small b or small a, capital B along with gametes with capital A, capital B or small a, small b. Mendel proposed the principle of segregation and independent assortment by observing progeny combination after genetic crosses, but had no idea of its biological basis. In 1903, Walter Sutton proposed chromosome theory of heredity to explain its basis. But due to apparent inconsistency between these two theories, biologists began to find out the basis of genetic characteristics that did not assort independently. It was first reported in 1905 by William Bateson, Edith Rebecca Saunders and Reginald C. Punnett. They crossed homozygous pea plant with purple flowers and long pollen grains with homozygous strain having red flowers and round pollen grains. F1 generation was of purple and long pollen grains, suggesting their dominance on other. When F1 generation plants were self-crossed, F2 generation did not appear to be in 9:3:3:1 ratio, which is expected in independent assortment. An excess of F2 plants had parental phenotypes, although it was not explained by the trio. But we now know that this was because the two loci that were examined lie close together on the same chromosome. The first evidence that different genes are physically present on the same chromosome came from the studies of inheritance patterns of different characters that show X-linked patterns of inheritance. It was studied by Thomas Hunt Morgan in 1911. Morgan illustrated an example with trihybrid cross involving 3 X-linked traits in Drosophila, that is, body color, eye color and wing length. The parental crosses were between wild-type male fruit flies having grey body, red eyes and long wings, with females that had yellow bodies, white eyes and miniature wings. The F1 generation were wild-type females, while the males had yellow bodies, white eyes and miniature wings. The linkage pattern was revealed when F1 generation was self-crossed. Morgan observed 758 flies with grey bodies, red eyes and long wings, 700 flies with yellow bodies, white eyes and miniature wings. These were the higher proportions of the parental generations. The explanation he gave was that all 3 genes are located on X chromosomes and therefore tend to be passed on together as a unit. But along with parental combinations, 5 other phenotypic combinations appeared which were not found in parental generations. To explain this occurrence, he considered the studies conducted by Jensens in 1909, who observed chiasmata and proposed crossing over, which involves a physical exchange between homologous chromosomes. Due to crossing over, Morgan proposed that homologous X chromosomes in female can exchange pieces of chromosomes and produce new non-parental characters and non-parental combinations of traits in F2 generations. The purpose of genetic mapping, also known as gene mapping or chromosome mapping, is to know the linear order and distance of separation of linked genes along the same chromosome. It allows understanding of complexity and genetic organization of a particular species. In some cases, genetic map can help to clone the gene and obtain information about its molecular nature. Genetic maps can provide evolutionary insights for different species. Many human genes that are involved in diseases have been genetically mapped. This information can be used to diagnose and treat inherited diseases. It can also help genetic counselors to predict the likelihood of whether a couple will produce children with certain diseases. In agriculture also, this information is used to generate high-yielding crops. Genetic mapping allows estimating the relative distance between linked genes based on the likelihood that a crossover will occur between those genes. If the genes are very close to each other on the same chromosome, a crossover is unlikely to begin at that point. However, if the genes are far apart, a crossover is more likely to happen in that region and thereby recombines the alleles of two genes. Genetic mapping can then be explained experimentally as the percentage of recombinant offspring is correlated with the distance between two genes. That means, when two genes are far apart, many recombinant offspring can be produced and vice versa. It is very important to decide whether two genes are linked or assort independently. Chi-square analysis can be used to evaluate the goodness of fit between any genetic hypothesis and experimental data. This method can be employed to judge whether the outcomes of a dihybrid cross are consistent with the linkage or independent assortment. To conduct a chi-square analysis, a hypothesis should be proposed first. When it comes to dihybrid cross, the standard hypothesis is that the two genes are not linked. This hypothesis can be chosen even if the experimental data suggests linkage, because independent assortment hypothesis allows us to calculate expected number of offspring on the basis of genotypes of their parents and independent assortment law. Without expected number of parental offsprings and recombinants, chi-square test cannot be constructed. Therefore, hypothesis begins with the assumption that the genes are not linked. That means, the test hypothesis is null hypothesis, because it assumes there is no real difference between the expected and observed values. If the chi-square value is low and null hypothesis cannot be rejected, it infers that the genes assort independently and vice versa. The studies which Morgan did were consistent with the hypothesis that new combination of alleles is produced due to crossing over between homologous chromosomes. To obtain direct evidence for occurrence of genetic recombination due to crossing over, Harriet Creighton and Barbara McClintock used a strategy involving parallel observations in 1931. For their experiments, they made crosses between two linked genes to obtain recombinant and parental offspring. Secondly, they used a microscope to view chromosomal structures in the parents and in offspring, because parental chromosomes had some unusual features and they could microscopically distinguish the two homologous chromosomes within a pair. This information enabled them to correlate the occurrence of recombinant offspring with observable exchanges in segments of homologous chromosomes. Creighton and McClintock mainly focused on the inheritance patterns of traits in corn. Corn has 10 chromosomes per set, which are named as chromosome 1, chromosome 2 and so on. Previous cytological studies on corn revealed that some strains have unusual chromosome 9 with a darkly staining knob at one end. Also, McClintock identified that chromosome 9 had an extra piece of chromosome 8 at the end of chromosome 9. This chromosomal rearrangement is called as translocation. The abnormal chromosome could be used to determine crossing over if two homologous chromosomes exchange segments between them. The gene present at the knobbed end of chromosome 9 provided color to the corn kernels. This gene existed in two alleles, colored dominant allele capital C and colorless recessive allele small c. The translocated piece of chromosome 8 affected the texture of endosperm of kernels, where dominant allele capital W small x caused starchy endosperm and recessive small w small x allele caused waxy endosperm. So, from this discussion, we learn that linked genes sit close to each other on the chromosome and make them likely to be inherited together. Many new combinations of traits come into picture due to this phenomenon. It is to be noted here that crossing over of homologous chromosomes is the key for new evolutions and generation of new traits.